I've spent thousands of dollars building a PC that can basically play anything, and somehow this little handheld is the reason I've been barely using it. Before you call me crazy, this doesn't actually replace my PC, but over the past few weeks, I've been testing 3 things. Number 1, how can I play my PC games anywhere? Number 2, will it actually feel good to play these games? And 3, can this finally get me to finish my single player games? Because that last one is a much bigger issue than it sounds. I've always been a multiplayer gamer. I'd sit at my PC, hop into Discord, play with friends, and suddenly 3 hours are gone, and I love that. But single player games, that's where I've been terrible. There are so many games everyone tells me I need to play, and I'd buy them, download them, maybe play for an hour, and then never touch them again. And I think I finally realized why. It's not that I don't want to play them, it's that playing them at my PC feels like a commitment. I have to sit at my desk, I have to get comfortable, and if I'm gonna start a story-driven game, I feel like I need at least an hour or 2 to make it worth it. And sometimes I just don't want to do that. I had an idea. What if I could make PC gaming feel more like picking up my phone? I could play for 20 minutes, put it down, and then come back later exactly where I left off. No sitting at my desk, no commitment, just pick it up, play, put it down. And that's exactly where the AYN Thor comes in. At first, I thought this was just going to be another handheld, play some emulators on it, but once I started using it, I realized the hardware is actually perfect for what I wanted to do. If you haven't seen the Thor before, it's basically a powerful handheld gaming device with a clamshell design. Think Nintendo 3DS, but much more powerful. And that clamshell design is actually really useful. When I'm finished playing, I just close it, the screens are protected, the device becomes much smaller, and I can throw it in my pocket. Then there's the screen. The Thor uses 2 OLED displays running at 120 Hz. Basically, the OLED makes the screen look really good with deep blacks and vibrant colors, and the 120 Hz means the screen looks buttery smooth. And that becomes especially important for what we're about to do, because I'm not just playing games that are installed on the Thor, I'm playing games for my PC, which run on more than 120 FPS. So I'm actually utilizing these displays to the max. Now, this is where you might be thinking, this doesn't replace your PC. And you're right. Kind of, because the Thor isn't actually doing all the work, my PC is. Think of it like this. Your PC is the chef in the kitchen, the Thor is the waiter bringing you the food. Your PC runs the game and then sends the picture to the Thor. You press a button on the Thor and that command gets sent back to your PC. But the Thor doesn't always need my PC. For smaller indie and older PC games, the Thor is actually capable of running a lot of them directly on this device. So games like Hades or Hollow Knight can be played without streaming anything from my PC. And I really like that because it gives the Thor 2 ways to play. Smaller games, run them right on the device. But bigger AAA games, that's where I stream them from my PC. Here's where I wanted to find out if this was actually useful. So I started with Expedition 33. This was a game I'd been wanting to play, but like usual, I just kept pushing it off, and I started playing it on my Thor this time. 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, I play on the couch, play in bed. Surprisingly, I actually kept playing. I didn't have to convince myself to sit down and play for 2 hours. I could just pick it up, play a little, put it down, and whenever I came back, I was right where I left off. Eventually, I beat the game. And that's when I realized this wasn't really about the Thor replacing my PC. It was more about the Thor freeing me from my PC instead. Because once I finished Expedition 33, I didn't just stop there. I finished playing God of War, and now I'm working my way through Devil May Cry 5. And these are games that, before this, I probably would have kept putting off, not because I didn't want to play them, but because I didn't want to make the commitment. And that's the biggest thing this changed for me. The Thor didn't magically make me have more free time. It didn't replace my gaming PC, it just made the time I already had easier to use. Instead of thinking, do I have 2 hours to play a game? I'm thinking, do I have 20 minutes? And most of the time, I do. And 20 minutes doesn't sound like much, but 20 minutes every day, eventually it turns into a finished game. And that's something I wasn't doing before. So, does the AYN Thor actually replace my PC? No. If I want to play competitive multiplayer games, I'm still going to use my PC. And obviously, Thor still needs my PC if I want to stream my PC games. But that's not what I was actually trying to replace. I wanted to replace the commitment of sitting at my desk. And for that, it absolutely did. Because now I can take the games that used to require me to sit at my PC and play them almost anywhere. So maybe the question isn't, can this replace your PC? Maybe the better question is, can this finally get you to play the game sitting on your PC? Because for me, the answer has been yes.